Okay, that was not the smoothest transition. I messed up the settings. Sup, dudes? Let me know if you can hear me, if the audio's okay. I stayed up last night and I fiddled with it. I made that little starting soon thing, the little animation. Cause get it? Cause there's fish. There's like water. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. You're gonna hear my chair squeak like a motherfucker. My chair fell apart this week. Like it's literally not even connected to itself. I have it tied up like a freaky BDSM experiment to hold it all together. So you're gonna hear some squeaking, cause it's like I'm too cheap to buy another chair, so we're just gonna milk this one till I literally can't sit on it anymore. I woke up today so stuffed. I was like, all right, I gotta do a live stream today, so I'll go get some spicy food to like clear my nostrils or something like that. And the Mexican place I usually order from is closed on Wednesdays for some reason. I go to Taco Bell. Big mistake, okay? My Taco Bell is like Ohio in the back rooms quality, okay? I get in there and I walk in there, there's no employees. It's empty. I ordered ahead of time. I just need to pick up my order. There's no bags, there's no nothing. It's like a ghost town. I'm waiting for somebody to like contact me. And like 15 minutes later, like a kid walks up and is like, "Did you order something?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm here for a pickup." It says Kronk on the label. And he tosses me a bag. I go to get my drink, okay? And like I have the weirdest this fucking guy, okay? I'm 6'3". This guy's towering over me, okay? He's like a giant. He's got to be fucking 8 feet tall, 1,000 pounds. And for some reason the drink dispenser is like in a little alcove in the corner. And this man is like, I don't know, somebody wronged this man, and he's taking it out on Yum Incorporated because he's squatting there, filling up his drink, taking one sip, then pouring it out and doing it again with like the noisiest. It's like, that's nice. Like with the groans and everything. It's like just moaning in my direction. It's just me and him in the entire fucking restaurant. No employees. I'm like, I just gotta get through and get my drink. I gotta get a Diet Pepsi. I don't like high fructose corn syrup. And just get myself a little Diet Bubbly. And this fucking guy, he wouldn't move. He's just sitting there. Pours it out, does it again. I'm like, why are you holding me hostage, man? I got a live stream to do. I gotta fucking clear out my nostrils, my guy. I eventually squeezed past him. He still didn't move. The dude just sat there. He just sat there moaning in my direction angrily. It was a whole like 25-minute process. I'm like, I'm gonna be late. So I get in my car, fly home, get out of the car, open the bag. It's not even the right fucking order. I'm like, what the hell? I got this like cheese keys. I don't like cheese. I don't know if it's like autism or what, but I can't have just cheese. It's gross as hell. It's yucky. It's disgusting. So, you know, that's how my day started. I know it's a very American stream. We're gonna start off by shit posting about fast food. Mostly because I wanted to make sure the audio works. I figured out how to make sure I've got the chat on my screen so I can read what you guys are saying while I'm fucking around. This shit's ridiculous. It's not even lactose. Like I like milk. I'm a milk enjoyer. It's just cheese. Cheese is fucking gross. It's yucky. It's like, why would anyone put that on anything? We had some bad taste havers in the chat here. People unironically eating cheese. Cheese for breakfast? Chat has a single brain cell that's being passed around. It's more brain cells than I got. I'm over here unironically playing Conan Exiles. It's like I can't possibly be that smart. I play Conan on purpose. There's an IQ gap here. All the smart people play Rust. People who value their time. Oh, speaking of fucking stupid, hold on a sec. Okay, let me switch over to the desktop. Okay, so you guys can see. I watched the live stream. I watched the live stream when it happened the other day. I was gonna miss it. Also, can we talk about this? Why does it suggest me my own videos on YouTube? Like, what is that? Is the algorithm like, okay, this guy's clearly a narcissist. He's gonna watch his own content all day. Like, huh? Like, I'm watching something and two, possibly three of the recommendeds are my own videos. Hello? I mean, I'm a bit of a dick. I don't know if I'm like that obsessed with myself. But I watched the stream, okay, and they very clearly they announced that they were going to do a total overhaul of the purge system in chapter 2. They said it, chapter 2. It's not going to be chapter 1, chapter 2. Chapter 2. I looked at it, I was like, chapter 2, It's like, I'm going to do a live stream to show off the purge thing. You can check my community thing. I was like, we can look at the purge overhaul. Even though I knew it wasn't going to be out yet. Why am I so fucking dumb, chat? What's going on here? I guess, like we've been saying, if I was a smarter man, I would not be a Conan YouTuber. But there it is. Hi, yes, I'm live. The man himself, being held hostage, enjoying Conan Exiles content on purpose. I don't know if I need cheese for brain muscles. I don't know about that. If the mold took over my brain, I think I would perform better intelligently. But we still have, despite me being a dummy, we have a lot to talk about. We have quite a few changes, actually. They did announce, for those of you that missed the live stream, they announced that they're going to overhaul the purge system in Chapter 2. And thralls, instead of getting like 3 emaciated homeless men shambling towards your base and or spawning inside your walls, they're actually going to siege your base and build trebuchets and whatnot. So I was looking forward to that, because if they drop that, then, let's be real, I'll get better sieges out of single player than the PvP servers. I mean, I don't know how many of you have seen the recent playthroughs, but holy shit. I'm still reconstructing my anus from the last couple of playthroughs. Jesus Christ. So we do have a few things to talk about. There have been some balances with the weapons and the stamina. They're adding a new system that will allow you to hoard loot, which will affect your ability to receive certain purges. There's different things you can get out of the camps. And he said, Notorious Nub says, I had hopes this was a PvP update. We do have a couple changes that are PvP related. Specifically, they nerfed the Goomba builds. I don't know quite where it is in the patch notes. But you can no longer, if you want to squish somebody to kill them, 2 people have to stand on their head instead of just 1. Because back in the day, Goomba build was really fun. It was a good answer when you were unironically using fire. We've got Chrome babies in the chat. I gotta wash my hands after this stream. That's disgusting. Unless you're unhinged and you're like chaotic evil using Microsoft Edge unironically. Thank you, Johnny. Chore is the right word for it. But like I said, they fixed Goomba builds. Back in the day, you had to actually have a specific build, and you couldn't have a lot of vitality. And ever since they redid the skill system, or the attribute system, it was really, really easy to go Goomba build and just squish everybody. They fixed that. You need 2 people to squish people now, so that's done. There's one specific change that I am so hyped for. I'm going to see if I can find it right here. Boys, look at this. Recipes for Potion of Natural Learning and the Bestial Memory have been moved off the Midnight Alchemist and are now part of the Fireball Cauldron Knowledge perk. Boys, let's fucking go. I don't have to do that stupid dungeon anymore to get the potions. I know I bitched a lot about last time I had to fight that the bull boss. Oh my god. So sick of fighting that bull, dude. And every time I talk about that bull boss, there's always someone in the comments. It's like, Croc, actually, what you could do is, bring a shield and then stack poisons. Yeah, bring a shield and stack poisons. You just described how to kill every boss in the game. My point is, the attack pattern's annoying. Just right over their fucking heads. Yeah, you get it from the hyena NPC. Well, I guess I have to do the dungeon to get the religion. I'm kind of fiddling things in my brain now. Yeah, now I'm seeing the chat's catching up. I fucked up. I told you. We've already been over this. I'm not a smart man. I haven't played Conan since last year. Since the swap playthrough, actually. Now that I think about it. After that phenomenal playthrough, what a skillful and amazing playthrough. Really loved that run. But point is, those potions they're free now. You just get them right off the bat. Yellow Lotus doesn't do anything now. It's like a stamina buff, which is fine. But it's not the end of the world. I'm just glad you can get those for free. Because the big thing is now you can have these recipes on Sipta. Which that was always a huge pain in the butt for Sipta. I know, the chat's catching up. Everybody's correcting me. I fucked it up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I let you down. I was wrong. How could I do this? A lot of the other changes are largely, minor stuff for PvE. You've got coffers for stacking loot. You got banners. Apparently you can display your wealth now by building a treasure room. Totems, cultural themes, that sort of thing. Obviously, a lot of that's not super important for if you're on the PvP side of things, but, I was talking with somebody about it the other day, about it's kind of like, imagine if you want to raid somebody, but you don't want to, take all their stuff. Like, maybe, have a gentleman's raid, a friendly raid. Well, then maybe you could take their gold and silver. Make a little treasure raid. The real skill was putting a script together for that playthrough. Holy shit. Ain't that preach it. Preach it. God almighty. Just sifting through hours of schizo posting, trying to make something decent out of that. But they fixed a number of exploits. They're obviously they never specify the exploit fixes, but there are a few changes in game as well. We'll go back to the patch notes in a second. For people that play Conan, one of the biggest changes you'll notice immediately is was that cleansing brew to get rid of corruption? Stamina has been changed considerably to a degree that is somewhat controversial. I'm going to just spawn an axe. Let's do one-handed axe. Now check this out. Actually, as far as I remember, I think you can get 5 grit in most PvP builds. Let's say 10. Let's be really nice. Let's be nice and say 10. And we'll grab some endurance. I'm going to show you. Sorry, I'm not a smart man. Let me make sure it actually costs stamina. One combo will drain your stamina bar now. And you'll notice that stamina comes back almost instantly. So it is very, very fast regen now. But the stamina costs have been increased considerably. I know. There it is. There's the chat's catching up. There it is. This is what we're looking at, boys. Yeah, let me grab 20 grit. I guess none of those really matter for this. So with 20 grit, you get enough for one more swing after that. But the thing is, it comes back instantly. There's no exhaustion. So they got rid of the grayed out screen. And the thing is, it's not as bad as it looks at first, because it regens instantaneously, and you only need 1 stamina to go on an attack and roll. So it's like, I personally, if you want my objective and possibly stupid opinion, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Because, like, on the one hand, it's going to be really hard to kill people if you can't do too many combos. And at the same time, you can basically roll non-stop. Oh yeah, I should show you. Part of this was, part of this change was to deal with dagger spam. So let's bust out the daggers of Dagon. I mean, that still seems pretty cheap is the thing. And because it regens instantaneously. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know, to be honest with you. I'm not sure how to feel about this. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it's both worse and possibly better, and kind of, and they've changed it so that, hold on, let me make sure that the lights stay on here. Noon. Let me get over to a camp here. Well, that's the thing, is like, people complained about roll spam back in, like, we're talking like 3 or 4 years ago, back when you could roll and go 20 feet in any direction. People were, you know, bitching about the roll spam. Yeah, dagger spam has always been a pain in the ass. Frank, I don't know what the solution would be except for, like, just reducing the damage on dagger light attacks, you know what I mean? The only reason you use daggers is for the bleed anyways. So, I mean, why does it have to hit so fucking hard? You know what I mean? Yeah, the good old... See, Mango knows, back in the good old days, with the Darfari setup. Hi, everybody. People are still floating in. Welcome to the stream. Pull up a seat. We're doing some shit posting. Alright, so. Now, the trade-off... They've, so to spawn a random-ass sword. They've increased... They've done a lot in terms of the combat balancing. Let me try to gather my thoughts here so I'm not just mumbling like an idiot. It's for everybody else who doesn't know. I think the last time I streamed was like 2 years ago. When was it? I did a couple of small streams for the Discord a long time ago, but like the last actual stream was with my server back like 3 years ago. Yeah, let's do this one. So, I gotta get my streaming mojo back. Okay, somebody told me that spears now cripple on light attacks, and that was a lie. Somebody lied to me. Oh, they cripple on heavy attacks, though. Guaranteed cripple on a spear right attack. I got a question about the stamina cost with heavy armor and the sprint attacks with the spear. Let me get a more reasonable grit count here, and then I'll test both those real quick. Let's go 10 grit, which I think is still kind of higher than most people tend to run, but yeah, it's still pretty high. It's about as high as a regular heavy attack. And no, I have not tried the new V-Rising update. I would love to, but I don't have the time. That's the biggest thing stopping me from making content in general, is I just, like, I've got free time now. I just don't have enough time to play around a raid window. You know what I mean? Making things happen is, kind of a pain. So let me, somebody's asking about the heavy armor. Let me get some heavy armor. I don't know if stamina cost shouldn't increase with the armor, though. Let me make sure I'm not over-encumbered. If I remember right. Yeah, it's about the same. Not noticing anything too terribly different with the stamina cost. Let me bust out the axe again and see. Yeah, it's still 10 grit is still gonna drain your whole stamina bar with a full combo. And then if I take the armor off, Yeah, there's no difference. I don't think the armor does anything. Although I think that was a change a long time ago. That was, I kind of don't remember. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like the Benny Hill fights. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, see, that's what I thought, Ming. I was like, I remember they changed it. I'm pretty sure it's like encumbrance amount. But yeah, that's the trouble. Is like if you can roll non-stop, because it comes back instantly almost. Very, very slow, and you get a much more forgiving iframe from the light roll, and you can basically do it non-stop. And the spear doing cripple on hit, let's just be real, chat. Did the spears need to be any stronger than they currently are? How many spear babies gotta whine on the forums for these to get cripple on hit? Although you probably need it now that you can just roll non-stop. It's kind of fucking wacky, isn't it? How long have spears been meta? That's what I'm saying. Spears have always been top shelf. And the minute anything gets in the way of spears being meta, the spear weenies go to the forums and they're like, Funcom, you guys don't understand. I was on the dual server. I right-clicked somebody and I lost. Funcom, fix this. This is unbelievable. It's like, God forbid some other weapon be meta. Did you see how much they whined when hammers were meta for like 1 month? Hammers were they were a meta for a month. And there was just endless moaning. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's the reach that does it, because like you can poke and then roll, and you're out of the range of most people's attacks anyways. So it's so easy to just kind of chip people down, and especially now that like, look at how fast the stamina's back. That's going to be poke roll, which isn't the end of the world, because that's still relatively skill based. I'll take that over dagger spam, right? I'll take that over horses. Rest in piss with those fucking horses. It's a little goofy, but as you can also see, I guess we'll try to stay on task here on the docket instead of just mindlessly shitposting. Although shitposting is my one talent on this planet, I kind of have to do everything I have to do what I'm good at. Last time I live streamed, I talked for like 9.5 straight hours non-stop with no breaks, and I couldn't talk the next day. I lost my voice. I got to get better at that. Stop for beverages. In fact, hold on. I stopped out. I got some of that Diet Dr. Pepper, the good stuff. Good sippies. Thank you, Revrax. I think I'm cute too. It's one of those things where, like, in general, I don't know if I like this change or not. And it's one of those things where I think the community should play around with it first. Because I, like, complete tangent, but I recently reinstalled StarCraft Brood War, fucking 28-year-old game. The last patch that game got was in 1999 or something like that. And people are still coming up with new strategies to play that game. Because, like, if you just let the community cook for a minute, they'll figure out ways to fiddle with stuff. And, you know, because it might not be as bad as it seems. How fast does Stamina Drain while climb? Let me see. I should climb while I'm shitposting. So the point is that even though it's really goofy, I don't know if I hate it or not. I can say that I am hesitant about it. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have any stamina buffs. So there's your climbing bit. Fact. Let's try out the new Yellow Lotus potion for that stamina buff. Gives me 10 more stamina out of 160. I don't think that makes a difference. 0 difference. Well, you know, it's the thought that counts, I guess. Yeah, believe me, I was not a horseman. I like the other changes, honestly. The game is really like for people who played the game. Oh, that's right, the 15 agility. Holy shit, I fucking. It's been so long since I played Conan. Let me make sure I spec correctly, and then I'll show you what the climbing's like. When they did this attribute rework too, I looked at the agility tab and I was like, this third one. I'm like, okay, so everybody just needs 15 agility. It's like the point was to have more build diversity, but then the third agility perk is so good, you kind of just need it all the time. So it's like, okay. So here it is with the correct perk. Excuse me, I was climbing like a fool before, this isn't so bad. Yeah, this is much better. It was draining quickly at first. I was like, that seems kind of rough. I am also a run enjoyer, a bit of a jogger, get my cardio in. Would you recommend a solo PvPer to start a run? I wouldn't recommend anybody who values their happiness to even look at this game, let alone solo PvP, but you know, that's just me. That's 6 years of salt buildup, though, so I mean, I'm probably the last person you should ask. Like, when I die, my tomb's gonna be a salt mine. They can just go in there and salt prices worldwide are gonna drop. Does dagger... It should. Dagger backflip should still... Oh, I've got it right here. Oh, shit. Yeah, that takes a lot. They did increase the amount of stamina this takes. It's not that bad. I mean, really, that's not a mode of transport anyways. It's a method of juking and jiving in combat, so it's there. I do keep coming. You want to know why I keep coming back? I do it for my beautiful subscribers. That's the reason. Yeah, rule seems a lot better. Although the dagger does bring you a little farther. I feel like the animation is longer, though. Like, is that just me? I feel like it's taken a little while. My relationship with Hanuman? I don't know. I haven't talked to him since I left the swamp. He's probably mad I'm not playing Conan anymore. No iframes on the dagger roll, and it's a longer animation? Yeah, I wouldn't recommend using this then. You know what? Speaking of sky bases, Aldor, I actually contacted Funcom like a week ago, and I made them an offer. I made a request. I was like, I don't have much time to play anymore. And what I thought would be neat, I don't know how many of you guys watch like Komomo on YouTube or have heard of that channel, but he's like a moderator or a volunteer moderator for Rust servers, and he records his shenanigans and whatnot. I was like, I contacted somebody at Funcom and I was like, I'll do it for free. Make me a volunteer moderator. I will log into the servers. I will fly around and manually search for these bases. I'll check the undermesh spots. You know, when there's a hacker report, I'll get in there in 2 seconds. You know, ban it, wipe the base, record it, and it's like, put that on YouTube. Not only would it build community trust, but it would also, like, the advertising revenue would pay for itself. Like, everybody wins. It's free labor. I still make a little bit of coin. The communities improve. I would be an official Janny, a Janny for the servers, doing it for free, no less. I don't think they'll let me because I've been a kind of a spicy content creator the last several years. So I don't think they will, but I made the request, so, you know, it's in the air. I will be cleaning it up. Clean it up, Janny. Clean it up. I got an undermesh base. Clean it up. He does it for free. Imagine. Not only am I Discord moderator, but a volunteer Janny for the servers. I would have to balloon to like 600 pounds. So, you know, it would be cool, because, like, if that happened, you know, I guess they're partially worried about accountability, but it's like I would record it, of course, and I was like, I'm totally okay with signing a document and whatnot. I just thought it would be cool, you know, because like I've got the time. It would be a nice retirement position for me because I don't want to play Conan. It would allow me to make some content. But, you know, I passed it on. I asked. It never hurts to ask, you know. Because, believe it or not, I do have some fun. I have some fans at Funcom. I do have a few over there that like me. So I thought I'd ask. Some of them, I was talking with, I don't know how much I should say, but I talked with some of them about, people were mentioning that there's not enough PvP stuff in this patch. They do have some pretty large PvP changes planned in the future that actually sound pretty neat, and I was asked for my opinion on that, on some of the changes. I don't know what I should actually say or not. I guess I'll keep it a secret, but some changes that I'm actually quite excited for. Potentially, possibly. I don't know what's actually going to make it into the game or when, but they have some changes. Including a potential fix for these fucking ceiling bases that have been driving me insane for the last 6 years. Almost enough to make me come back. Nerf horses even more. Clean it up, Janny. Delete these horses. I fucking wish they would, dude. I keep asking them. I'm like, you know what you should add is a recipe that lets me put horses into like fluid presses to make glue or resin in this game. Just for my own personal satisfaction. The sky bases, I don't know. I don't know if they have a fix for that specifically. Personally, I haven't played in a while. I'm not even familiar with how they... I know back in the day, there used to be an exploit with like notes and carpets. I don't even know how they do it anymore. But that's why I offer to be an admin. Like, I'll just go fucking look. You know, I'll just go search. Any hopes for the new Dune game? I don't know. I've never been into Dune. I'm not a big sci-fi guy, so I don't actually know anything about Dune, besides like the one movie I watched that everybody calls Dunk to be funny. Yeah, you can blow ceiling bases with the ice bridges if you connect them correctly, but if they're built correctly, you still can't use that method, and in an active raid, it's still not going to help too much. Like, it's a quasi answer, but it's like... It's not really a good solution is the thing. So, but they have a better fix coming. Oh, let me adjust my seating position here. Get back to the... Well, we've been shitposting for like 30 minutes. Let's get back on task. Can you still launch yourself with trebuchets? No, you cannot. You used to be able to, but not anymore. For those of you interested in lore... The Kurak dungeon is still here, and I tested it, because I know everybody does their farming in there. That's still here. Hi, everybody. Everybody's still filtering in. Hello. Did we get a face reveal? You know what I did last time we did a Twitch stream? I set up like a fake face reveal where it like switched to a gorilla camera, like a gorilla at the zoo. I don't have that saved anymore. I don't have that setting saved anymore, so it's just gone. But for those of you that are interested in lore, the Kurak dungeon is still here. You'll notice it's a bit of a mess. This looks like my apartment. It's a shithole, isn't it? Everything's all in shambles. I got a sponsorship offer a while ago, by the way, for like a chair or some shit. And it's like, my chair's falling apart. I'm like, what perfect timing. And they were like, we want a full 5-minute video that's only about the chair. And you have to be on camera, and you have to show yourself, and you need to show the chair. I was like, I live in a rat apartment with like holes in the wall. It's gonna make your chair look bad, my guy. That's like, it's not a good look. Plus, like an entire separate video for just the chair. It's like, that's kind of a bit much, isn't it? Like, people yell at me just for having ads on the videos, let alone an entire video for a chair. Like, what the fuck? There are some more PvP stuff we'll get to. I'm trying to, like, desperately keep this on track. I have a tendency to just go on tangents, so... the Kurak dungeon is still here. It still works. Everything there is still functional. It's the same process. But I came over here yesterday, I was in Discord with somebody else trying to figure out, I was like, what happened to Mech Chemosis? Where's my guy? I was like, he used to be right here. There's blood, there's like stains everywhere, there's like smudges on the floor. And I walked back and forth for like 20 minutes. I'm like, maybe he's just gone. And so I warped to other spots. And I came back and I'm like, nobody's even mentioning the fact that this man is missing. Like, we have a missing Mech Chemosis. Can we get some search parties going? I come back. Look at this fucking dude. Look at this fucking dude. He's right there. He was there the whole time. He has seen better days, boys.
Greetings, Exile.
How you doing, Mech? He looks like I do after a playthrough, just like, oh, fuck me, dude.
The loss of a body is a small matter for one who commands the obeisance of many other bodies.
He's like, no, I've got other bodies, don't you worry.
By and by, I shall bide my time, and by my so potent art.
And this is all he says. He doesn't elaborate any further.
Is a small matter
He's just
for
like,
one who commands the obeisance.
Like, what
many
what
other
happened here?
bodies.
Like, we go into the dungeon, we kill the boss, we come back, this man's headless and the place is a mess. Did you guys just, like, have a drunken rager? Like, what happened to your body? I bet it all on crypto, Exile. It was gonna go to the moon, I lost everything. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's very chill for a man who's like, I mean, he looks like he just did a full PvP playthrough. Trust me, Exile. It's gonna go to the moon. Next time you see me, I'll have a Lambo. I bet it all on Dogecoin. I'm gonna get rich. He did not have diamond hands. He sold. He bought. Dump it. Oh, it is. Okay, so there is more information. Ah, we're gonna learn together, guys. Ah, yes, Jack. I blaze. We do be shitposting. I keep forgetting where that, where the pub actually is. Let me know if the frame rate drops when I'm in Supermaru. I can put the settings down a little bit. All right. She says nothing. She just stares at me. Approach her and she just looks at you uncomfortably. It's like every interaction I have with women in real life. I don't need this in my games. It's a little too close to home.
My blood, it is royal, and apparently coveted for sacrifice. My father is a king and a dog.
You'll make himself as Mecha Chemosis? I would buy that in a heartbeat, dude. That would be dope. Imagine this comes back as like a fucking anime twist. I'm down for it.
Through his own embarrassing indiscretions, my father became indebted to the Stygian Tothamon. I was traded to settle his accounts and save his craven scheme.
Craven, that's such a good word. I wish that was more common to be used.
Oh, these sorcerers. They are all alike. May each and every one of them lose their odious heads.
She was the one that was strapped to the altar, right? Like, how did she get out of there? She's just over here, like, drinking with Conan.
I'm well away from my dog king father. I won't go back. For now, I'll follow Conan. If that path leads me to danger, so may it be. It can be no worse than what
Based in anti-sorcery pill. Magic, fringe. Big stick, based.
My blood, it is royal, and apparently covered.
She beheaded Mech Chemosis.
My father is a king.
I mean, congrats on the come up. She just like gets off the altar and torched the entire place. It's weird that she didn't want to put more clothes on, but I guess it is hot over here. She's like, I was strapped to that table. I'm gonna wear clothes for the first time and forever. Puts on one skirt and that's it. Calls it a day. Was it you, Conan?
I wandered for a while
he says
after
nothing.
I pulled you from that cross in the south.
I mean, I guess we could assume it was Conan. I don't know who else. Nobody else mentions anything.
In the east, 8. walked like men among the overgrown ruins of an ancient city.
I'll just leave him to talk to himself over there. I'm sure it'll be elaborated somewhere. Because I did run around the location and was like, are there lore books that I'm missing? Like, I'm not super up on the lore anyways. But I didn't see nothing for books. Yeah, Conan's too much of a fucking Chad. His testosterone's like off the charts. Women being in his proximity might as well be a mosquito. It's like, there's a half-naked lady next to you. And I didn't see any lore books scattered around, but I have the attention span of a fish, as someone said earlier, so I have no idea what else it would be. That's true. Should have done the sacrifice for the gains, the sorcery gains. Everything got fried, though. That's why I don't think it couldn't have been just her or Conan, because there's clearly some sorcery. Everybody else here is very chill for how much blood and smoke is everywhere, though. They seem very unfazed by all that. If the chat blocks your message, I have it to like auto block messages, so I guess if you swear too much, it might block it. Mostly to save my headache. It could be like feedback from the dungeon. The merchants are all still here. You can still buy your Mage Eyes caches. All the merchants are still here. I shouldn't say all the merchants, because you'll notice if we teleport around. What do I think about people using INI files to have Fulbright? I think people that are editing their files to gain an advantage are sweaty losers. Is in general. Who's taking Conan seriously? Let's be. Every raid I see on official servers is done through Zendesk. Like, what's the point? But like, you'll see that the merchants, the Catan merchants, are all gone. I don't know if they're all gone, but they were cryptic about it in the live stream. So it's a matter of lore significance. Mechamosis is no longer at war, so the merchants are dipped. They've dipped. I don't know if you can still trade in sorcerers for coins or whatnot. Zendesk is the report system. It's like if you want to report another player for breaking a rule, you go to Zendesk and you file a report. And people abuse that to get people banned for nothing. Because if you send enough reports, they'll just find an excuse to ban you. Yeah, let's be real. It's like 10 sweat lords, and then the rest of them are Chinese. You know, you still have, like when I was doing that swamp playthrough, people asked me, it's like, why didn't you just switch servers? Well, the other EU server that was alive at the time had Chinese hackers on it, and in fact, the swamp server, the reason those guys at the Aqueduct quit, I was told later, is because some Chinese meshed into the base and robbed them, so they quit. So it's just like, what do you do? What do you do? But you can still, like I said earlier, the merchants are still here. So you can still buy the Black Blood tools and whatnot from, I think it's one of these. I forget, I think it's the one up here. Somebody asks, when are you going to join a real PvP server? Join a private. I don't like private servers. I don't like them. I know everybody swears up and down about private servers. Yeah, see, you can still buy the Black Blood pick, so that's still there. Because I've had a lot of bad experiences with private servers. Not only are they set up for weenies, like they're set up for like Weenie Hut Jr. So you can film your kill montages and that's it. Like, no honeycombing. I don't want to have to bomb through honeycombing. It causes lag. And then their 10-man group shows up to your 2x2. Well, a lot of them are, and I've had problems where like admins give away my base locations, or you know, I'll kill somebody and they'll bitch to the admins and they get their gear back, and like it's always something. Like I always get told that the private servers is where the real action happens, and then I get over there and there's more whining and there's more admin abuse. It's like, what the fuck? lean back in my chair. Yeah, it's report meta versus admin abuse. You can't really win. Yeah, and that's the other issue with private services. Like, if they wipe, they're alive for the first week, and then there's nobody. Plus, like, I don't want to like put the entire Conan PvP community on blast, but a lot of the people in our community, if we want to use the word community, that use exploits, play with hackers, they undermesh on officials, they also play on private servers. And so the same people who drain the official servers go to the private servers. And they suck each other off and they do their little ego boosting. And it's like, I've always tried to do my own thing on YouTube, and I don't want to use my channel as a clout machine for Conan's biggest degenerates. Because they all love being on YouTube. They always beg me to be in the videos and whatnot. Because like, even if all they get is one fire emoji, that's enough to make them nut for the next month. And so out of spite, largely, you know, I don't want to give screen time to some of these people. So I can't play on a lot of private servers because I don't want to give clout to some of these people. And the official servers are awful, so it's like I'm between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, see, Mango knows what I'm talking about. Like, I've been on private servers where people admit to me that they use macros and scripts in combat. Even on dual servers, like Dogs of the Desert, like where you can spawn in your kits, people will still cheat, and it's like, for what? When you gain nothing. It's like, what the fuck? Well, like, what do you gain? What do you gain? Yeah, that's true too. Cringe little Discord clicks. That's the honest to God answer, isn't it? It's unreal. But we do actually have other patch notes to consider. Let's switch back to the desktop here. Bada bing, bada boom. I did actually run my own server back in the day, and it was a tragedy. What happened was I launched it for SIPTA because I really like SIPTA. I prefer SIPTA to the Exile Lands map. I know that puts me in the minority. But I did a SIPTA server when they redid it. And it was so unstable at the time that it was crashing like 12 times a day. And to everybody's credit, there are people who... I'm not saying everybody on Dogs of the Desert cheats, Fabi. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, you know, I've encountered a lot of people who will tell me that they use scripts. So I'm not accusing them. They will tell me that they use them. And it's obviously not everybody. It's a minority. But my point is, if you say private servers are the ultimate fix for all of Conan's PvP problems, like, it's kind of not. Because you don't have all the settings that you need to fix the problems with Conan. And I've been on private servers where you can still have god bubbles. So it's like, people who complain about gods being OP, and then they go to a private server, and then they still have a ceiling base. It's like, well, then what's the point? It's like, I thought the bubble was too grindy. I thought that was the problem. It's a lot of hypocrisy and nonsense. I just don't have the stomach for it. I don't have the patience for it. Like, at least with the officials, I know the cancer that I'm signing up for. So anyway, we got to get back on task here. We've been shitposted for a while. They've done a number of changes as far as the combat goes when it comes to the bosses and whatnot. So 3 skull enemies have much lower health. 1 skull enemies have much lower health. 2 skull enemies have much lower health. So for those of you that remember back in the day when bosses were just health sponges, they should be a little less spongy now. I say a little less because they're still going to be quite spongy. But they've reduced it a little bit. They've improved it a little bit, and I think this we'll probably continue to see changes. Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. Those of you still filtering in. I guess we'll just go full damage because we're just shitposting. Yeah, well that's the thing. It's like there's so many undermesh spots. I mean, even if they wanted to fix it, it's like... That's why I was saying, like, earlier in the stream, I said I wanted to be a volunteer moderator, because, like, it would be so much easier to just get the... Somebody tells me where the base is, go in there, ban them, you know, just deal with it. It's not ideal, but it's something, right? Some active gonna slap. I guess actually going to the silk would be better. Let me turn down my foliage first to make sure that. Oh yeah, it's already on low. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, the thing is though, Reddit tends to have the worst takes on everything all the time. So I I know they're probably raging about the changes. Like we went over the stamina changes earlier in the stream, and I don't know if I don't like it or not. I think we'll just see. I'm never gonna trust Reddit's opinion on anything, let alone Conan. That's true. You don't have quite enough stamina for a combo finisher, so that's definitely a noticeable problem. I mean, I used to play on such a toaster. You guys like remember that very first raid video I did? We dropped like 10 FPS during the God. Yeah, look at that. See, you see how much damage you can deal now. They're trying to buff players to a point where you can actually kill stuff by yourself and not fight with thralls, is what I understand. Of course, this is with 20 strength and a greatsword, but it's not bad. I mean, remember, this is a 3-skull boss. Remember, this is... You used to have to, like... This is not even built by a blacksmith. This is 51 damage and 20 armor pen. So you know how many boss fights in this game where you just sit there for 20 minutes while your thrall kills it because it makes no sense for you to even hit them. This is a change I'm very in favor of. I think actually the damage is a little too high against some of the 3 skulls. It's like... Yeah, see, Jernfalk knows what I mean. You would like bleed and poison and then sit there for years. Yeah, see, Nukem for Fun knows what I'm talking about. We can be the protagonist instead of the thrall, so we're getting there. I think the damage might be a little high, but this is a good step in the right direction, because this fighting bosses before was cancer. That's true, Daki22 is correct. They hit harder. Enemies hit harder but have lower health, and you do more damage. So it's a lot more, I wouldn't say high risk, high reward, but you know what I mean. They're speeding up the combat, so you're not sitting, you don't have to commit to a boss fight for 35 minutes. Let me get my vitality up, and I'll let him slap me real quick. I'll put some armor on. I guess we'll do last stand for this. Cloak in God mode. I should probably heal myself first, too. Alright, hold on. Let me heal first. Hold on a sec. Health max. Alright, let's get hit. I have to climb away, and then I got last stand. God damn. I'm really flubbing this so hard. Let me wait for last stand to go away. Okay. And now I'll let him hit me. This is naked. Well, it's still kind of low. I mean, it's coming together. Very, very low. So it's one of those things where this is why you would hop on the test live, because you would want to leave the feedback that good change. The damage from bosses is a little too low. Damage to bosses is a little too high. Yeah, let's get our health back. Alright, this little guy is really interfering with the study. Yeah, that is nothing. Look at that damage, boys. We're like made out of concrete. No, I just have vitality. I respect for this. This is spawned in non-epic heavy armor, by the way. Just like regular ass armor. So that's a little wonky. Damage is too low from bosses. Yeah, I would assume Croc and Panther also have low damage, because they all got pretty nerfed. So yeah, if there's one thing that I would go to the forums to talk about, it's I think the damage from these things is too low. Damage dealt is a little too. I could probably afford to increase their health a little itty bit. Now you're the thrall. Certified protagonist moment. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Doc. You just, as long as we get the feedback in, the final release should be a little smoother. Somebody made a comment a second ago that I wanted to respond to. Oh, am I still on display? Oh my god, it's recursive. Let me switch that. I'm new to live streaming, boys. Don't bully me. Oh, I can't find the comment. It is what it is. Yeah, well, that's the thing. PvP is going to be a little goofy. I think with the damage increase in PvP, I mean, we'll see. That's why I'm saying people have to just like work with it for a while and see how it plays. I mean, overall, I kind of like a lot of the changes. I just think some of the values are a little goofy. Let's get our sprint cost off again. Yeah, rolling thrust with the Sword of Crom plus your big strength buffs is going to be nuts. Yeah, ERP servers? I don't know about that. I think I mentioned it in a previous video. I think I've mentioned it multiple times, actually. Back in the day, almost every private server that wasn't PvP was ERP, and it was just the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I don't see how you could play without rolling thrust, honestly, with those stamina costs. Although, you know, the regen's pretty fast, so I mean, it's like, I don't know. People are just gonna have to fiddle with it. Although, with the increased damage, especially to players, the rolling thrust would be pretty nasty, I think. Just stuff to consider. Can I roll an attack with a spear multiple times in a row? And we can do 2 rolls and 2 spears. Thanks for stopping by, Akira. Glad to see you. Yeah, I think the roll poke is going to be really, really rough. I think you basically, you're going to have the rolling thrust. I guess we'll just take any perk. Yeah, because like if you don't have rolling thrust, you can roll and poke twice before you're out of stamina. So you have to wait until you have enough stamina for the roll and at least a little bit left over for the poke without it. Huh. I think we're going to see a lot of agility builds. Just off the top of my head. What do I think about V Rising? Yeah, it's just I don't have the time for raid windows at the moment, for either game at this point. For those of you talking about bows, there are people at Funcom who believe that Conan Exiles should always be a melee-focused game, and they do have potential changes in the works. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know if I should even say anything, but they do agree. They do agree that bows are a problem. I don't know what they have planned for changes, but they agree. Not only did I get a life, I'm engaged. I'm getting married. I feel like I've been saying that for fucking forever. I'm like a failure as a sweat lord. I'm actually going outside. That's the problem. What am I doing? Touching grass? Talking to women? Unbelievable. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, they will have bow fixes. And they do have other fixes for PvP. I don't know how much to even say, but I've talked with some, and I know that there's stuff coming. So I think PvPers are going to get some nice stuff. Probably Chapter 2, maybe Chapter 3. So we have stuff coming. We've not been forgotten. It's one of those things where, like, when I did my PvP feedback video, the big one. In fact, I might as well just pull that up. Put that on in the background. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Oh god. I feel like I worry too much about like visuals in my videos. I think I stress too much about what's on screen. But like when I did this PvP video, I tried to because PvP is like 0.001% of the player base. So you have to make like realistic requests and suggestions. And that's kind of what I tried to do whenever I have a chance to talk to somebody at Funcom about that. I try to keep it like realistic and approachable. And it's so the fact that we have potentially a lot coming is actually very nice, a nice surprise. Like it's easy to feel overridden, but you know the fact is we are a very tiny percentage of the player base. It is what it is. But there is stuff coming. We have a couple nice changes. We do have more to go over in the patch notes, actually. As far as the way gear works. You might have even seen, actually, on the hotbar here. Actually, let me switch over. I'm so bad at live streaming. It's been years since I've done this. All right. So you can see on the hotbar. Let me unequip it. Do you see how some of these are like orange and then there's purple and whatnot? There's different gear levels now in terms of their performance. And some of the best gear out there now is supposed to be legendary. So they're buffing all of the legendary weapons to be best in slot. Let me... I'll just slap something. I don't know if you can even put that on there. Yeah, I was going to say. I'm just going to let that cook while I talk. So, legendary weapons are supposed to be buffed. They're supposed to be best in slot. Because for those of you that know, those of you that have noticed, after the economy update, when you have a blacksmith craft a weapon, the damage is considerably higher than it used to be back in the day. And it was to the point where a Telith Sorrow, which this is still the case, by the way, a Telith Sorrow with the right kit on it has higher damage potential than a Sword of Crom. So, legendary weapons are getting buffed. I don't know if they're all going to be really, really good. I don't know how many are going to be, like, super, super good. But they are receiving buffs. And you can see they have a little orange barrier around them to indicate their rarity, as far as I understand it. God, it's been so long since I've used legendary weapons, I'm, like, struggling to remember their names. I guess there's, like, the Predatory. I'm trying to, like, the only ones I encounter in PvP. But you see the damage is way, way better. Sword of Crom's 107, 22 armor pen. It didn't used to have any armor pen on it, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, Yogg's Touch. There we go. There's a classic PvP one. Yogg's Touch. Yeah, 60, 28. They've all been buffed. They're all very, very thick. I know, it's been a content desert. I just haven't had time. I went out for milk and never came back. So you can see, all across the board, legendary weapons are way, way more valuable than they used to be. So they want it so that if you kill these bosses, the bosses are easier to kill now, so it's easier to farm keys. And the gear that you get is better, because people have always wondered why the legendary weapons are so outclassed by stuff you can craft. And they fixed that. That's a big change. Yeah, one day I'll be back with the milk. I don't know. This stream is the consolation prize. We'll shitpost for a while. I don't know about milk. Scoot up here. Yeah, Feroxic is still OP. I don't think there's any mention of Feroxic specifically. Oh yeah, somebody mentioned that throwing axes give, what is that, 2 stacks of cripple now? Let me just grab a couple. This is the test lab, so all my hotkeys are wrong. It only looks like 1. Yeah. But still, the fact that you can cripple on heavy with spear, and then also use the throwing axe. I mean, you've got a lot of options now for catching plays. That's why I'm saying, like, I wouldn't give into the knee-jerk reaction to the stamina change. I think it's worth trying. Oh, sword plus head. I got you. I misread your comment. Let me get a... What's that one sword? It's like a frost... Black ice one-handed sword. This used to be my favorite combo back in the day. The black ice, God, I forget which one it is. This plus a throwing axe. This used to be like my bread and butter. This is the long one. Yeah, that's what I thought. Broadsword. 34 damage. That doesn't sound right. But it doesn't matter. The point is we're testing the... It doesn't matter. We're testing the cripple. I mean, it stacks pretty quickly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, flying. I'm like 34 damage. I'm like, I don't... They used to be the fucking best in slot. Am I stupid? Am I dumb? I mean, I am. We all know that for sure, but... Is it nerfed? Maybe it's because I spawned it in instead of crafting it, but... Well, no, because it used to be like 70 damage. Yeah, see, 72. That's what it used to be. It might just be bugged, like Myriad's saying. That would be depressing. This was my... Like, this combo, throwing axe plus sword, was so great. That was like my bread and butter. The little whirligig, get in there and just lawnmower. Yeah, you can do a full combo of that without running out of stamina. That's pretty solid. Damn, so they all got nerfed across the board. Really weaker than... Although, you know what? They mentioned that they were buffing hardened steel weapons. I guess they're trying to, like... Because it's sort of like, you know how Star Metal... When you could break Star Metal with regular iron pickaxes, what everybody would do is just they would get a stone pick, go up to the north, and get Star Metal. Like, you would skip the entire mid-game, and I think they're trying to balance that out. Let's see. Let's just spawn a couple in and take a look. You can see these have purple borders. Like, these are much higher tier than they used to be. Yeah, look at that. 51 damage and 17 armor pen on that short sword. These are closer to Star Metal than they used to be. So I guess, like Mango's saying, you know, tier 2 and steel and hardened steel, I guess this will make up a portion of your playthrough now. I mean, I think I'm gonna just, like, skip to the end game, get a black bud pick, and level and do that. Yeah, that's the thing. These are spawned in, not crafted by a bladesmith. So you get a bladesmith. These are gonna be pretty solid, is the thing. I don't know. It's a lot of changes at once. I think that crafted weapons are still going to be fine. I don't know why I don't know why the black ice weapons are so nerfed though. I don't know why those specifically got nerfed so hard. Huh. I remember that. When you couldn't open the legendary chest without being level 60. It is... I mean, it is easy to get them, but you need a hardened steel weapon to make black ice. Don't you? And then if you convert it to black ice, it gets weaker? Is that how that's going to work? Or am I dumb? Am I thinking about that wrong? That seems kind of goofy, doesn't it? Seems a wee bit goofy. Yeah, Myriad's saying it's bugged. It's got to be bugged, because that just doesn't seem intentional at all. Compared to everything else. I'm trying to let these daggers break, by the way. It's why I put an oil on them, because they changed how repairs work, which is another big controversial change. What they changed about repairs is that whenever you repair an item, it reduces its maximum durability. And the amount of damage, the amount of max durability that you lose is determined by the repair kit that you use. Yeah, there it is. That is the deal. So I'm going to break these daggers, and we're going to use a legendary kit. I want to see the kind of damage that it gives. Because the thing is, they want you to get legendary weapons, and they don't want you to just sit on your legendary weapons forever. So I guess I see the logic, and it's going to depend on how bad it is. Hey, old man, welcome to the stream. We do be shitposting. I have to wait a minute anyways for these daggers to break. I don't know. It's like... Because I see the logic. I'm just not sure. I don't think Reddit will let them do that anyway, so it might even be a moot point to even discuss it. I'm sure that they will be up in arms. "30 seconds to go, then I'll repair it and we'll see." Well, that's the thing, is like, I don't know if I wish you could spawn in broken weapons. Imagine being a Reddit user. I only have an account on Reddit, so I can occasionally post videos there. And that's it. Can't stomach the place. Unbelievable. Okay, 10 seconds. But from what I understand, the tier of the repair kit that you use determines how much damage you lose, how much durability you lose. So if you're repairing your gear with items, I would assume that the penalty is higher. I made the Reddit account so I could post the Conan secret video over there. I was trying to cast a wide net, troll as many people as possible. And we were raking in the angry comments on that one. We got them good. Oh, that's right. They renamed it too. They're not. God, what the fuck are they called? Grandmaster Weapon Repair Kit. That's what they're called now. Okay. So now we're going to see. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like... Yeah, maximum durability is now 900. Let me get a fresh set and we'll compare. Huh. I don't notice any difference. Maybe Grandmaster doesn't actually reduce it. Maybe it has to be a lower tier kit. Well, good change. Yeah, that secret video had him, dude. We had him rolling. I take little screenshots of all the angry comments. Like, whenever I go into the YouTube studio, it's like it hides comments that are automatically too toxic, and then I have to approve them to go live. And every time I go in there just to see what's going on, there's like 20 angry comments on that video. It's like, "Fuck you, man. You think you're funny? You suck. I hate your channel." It's like, I got him. I can't show you because there's some weirdos on the internet, so I can't just show it without like pre-screening it. But we roasted him good, boys. So I don't know. I guess let me see. Let me spawn some more repair kits, and then maybe I'll just like do 1 damage to these and see if the difference is noticeable. I'm only streaming on YouTube right now. I was gonna do it on Twitch, but it's like I figure all my viewers are on YouTube. You know what I mean? So we'll damage this spear here. This item cannot be repaired. Uh-oh! I don't think you can repair legendaries. Oh no! Uh-oh. Yeah, well that's what I'm saying, Nagatrav. It's like, if I put it on YouTube, that's where all my viewers are. It makes more sense to stream over here. I actually have not played since they added sorcery, Zach, so I don't have much opinions on sorcery in general. I did a quick video on the patch notes. But yeah, I don't know if you can repair... Maybe it's not damaged enough. That's a good thing to test, the Median helmet. It doesn't look like it's repairing, my dudes. Doesn't look like it's going down. I triggered my last stand. That's good. Yeah, it's not going up with the Nemedian, so I don't think you can repair it with a Nemedian helm. They thought of everything, boys. Let me see if I have to actually get hit by something. That's how. This is how you used to do it back in the day. It's just stand in poison. Nope, nothing. I don't know about this one, boys. So they're going to be best in slot, but you can't repair them. Yeah, I'll try putting a weapon fitting on there and see if that... Let's see, what have I not swung with? I mean, it changes the color, but the border is still orange, so I don't know. Excuse me. Doing those Janny jokes earlier got my throat scratchy. Clean it up. So it's a controversial change, I guess. What is this durability loss I'm seeing? Oh yeah, it's just gotta put the kid. I'm so stupid. I put the kid on there. That's why. This is a Sword of Crom. Nobody panic about the stamina cost. This one is supposed to drain your entire stamina bar. Well, like I said earlier, you know, you can actually kill the bosses. You can see the damage it's doing. Let's see if the Nemedian Helm fixes it now. Nope. I don't know. I guess maybe you literally just can't. Just can't repair them. That's a shame. Yeah, I tried the combat damage earlier. Turn off my cloak. The only reason we're using the Sword of Crom is just because that's what I had in my inventory. That's it's the only reason. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So yeah, it's looking like if you want best in slot gear, you gotta kill bosses, get legendary weapons, and when you get a weapon that's good, you might not have it forever. Although they mentioned that. They mentioned something about repairing, though. So let me spawn something else in and damage it. And see if we can notice a change. So this one's got 900 durability. I'll stab something. Thank you for your service, my guy. Alright. So 900 was the max before. Oh, it's not damaged enough? Oh my god, they're gonna make me use oils on all these. I wish I could spawn them in damaged. Alright, I guess we'll just start slapping oils on these. We'll slap oils on these while we shitpost. A repairing grindstone. I'm assuming it's going to be in the build menu, but I'm just going to check. Repairing grindstone. Oh my god. The battle pass. I still haven't even looked at a battle pass. Okay. Am I using it wrong? Oil, okay. Do I put the oil in there? Oh yeah, look at that. So there's oil in there. Now what do I do with it? Do I interact with it? Sharpen my sword. Do it. I feel like such a dummy. It's been so long since I played this game. I can't even interact with it anymore. What did I do? Did I break it? Oh my god. Yeah, I guess it just doesn't work on legendary items. Kronk minded, yeah. Slap oil on it and then hit it with a stick. Well, while I wait for my sword to break, I guess we'll take another look at the patch notes. Since we do have people filtering in, we're covering a lot of different topics here. I don't know if it's new to the test or not, or it might even just be decorative. I don't know. I feel like I might just be dumb. Maybe I'm just not using it right. So I think we covered most of the important stuff. Okay, using the repairing grindstone will repair all damaged items in the user's toolbar. Okay, so maybe we just have to like wait for it to break and we'll try it out. Cannot be crafted. Crafting legendary items now is one of the thingy thingies. All right. So unique items are best in tier. A unique steel dagger is something that can drop from stuff. So there's sort of like a loot table that you can get from thralls now. And this is what I was saying earlier about how hardened steel was increased to epic tier. Like they've categorized the weapons differently. There's unique, epic, and legendary. We took a look at the hardened steel stats for some of the gear earlier. Look kind of nice, actually. Not gonna lie. It'll smooth out the power curve between the early to the late game. I know I'm probably too lazy to farm legendaries myself, so I'm just gonna still use craft stuff. Just repair it. Yeah, Scap says, I'm surprised the repairing grindstone isn't huge like the other placeables. That's the fucking truth, isn't it? Trying to fit one of those fireball cauldrons in. Holy shit. All my old hiding spots are like completely unusable, dude. Unbelievable. But that we covered this. Yeah, they did mention Venom Steel. I wonder if that means specifically the Venom weapons. Because I'm not quite sure what Venom Steel is. I know Kari Steel and all that. But we covered all this. We went over the stamina. We went over a lot of this stuff. Like we mentioned earlier, the damage from heavy attacks is way higher. We saw that against the boss. Oh, somebody was talking about katana nerfs. They did. Katana special attack increased. No, that's a buff, actually. I'm stupid. That's a buff. They buffed you. You're good. The one katana man in the chat, enjoy your buff. Oh, and it costs less stamina, too. I guess comparatively with the other weapons. In the grand scheme of things, though, I think it's still going to cost a lot because the overhaul. So it is what it is. It looks like they're buffing a lot of the, like this one, the 4th heavy attack. So I guess if you have enough stamina to finish a combo, you can hit pretty hard. Oh, repair adjustments. This is what we can't fucking Jesus Christ. You guys have got to keep me on task. I've got the attention span of a 3-year-old. This is what we came here to look for. Okay, legendary repair kits renamed to Grandmaster. We went over that. Armor patch kits, yeah, renames. Costs for crafting repair kits have been doubled. Jinkies. Yeah, legendary unique items cannot be repaired in any way. I think somebody pointed that out earlier. Okay, so they can literally not be repaired. Jingles keys. Huh? Huh? At least the max durability was increased for legendary weapons, so it won't be too bad. Weapon kits no longer reduce max durability. That's big. Although I'm pretty sure I put a kit on the Sword of Crom and that cut it in half, so I don't know if that's actually working correctly. Returns from dismantling have been greatly increased. Let's go! We can take all the shit gear that we get out of thralls and turn them into loot. Big. I'm reading the chat and the patch notes, so, you know, excuse me, I feel like I've got the reading level of a 3-year-old right now. I gotta pay attention. I gotta focus. Here's what we are looking for. Items have a 10% chance to suffer max durability loss when repaired. This chance increases to 100% when using a repairing grindstone. So I guess what they want you to do is use repair kits so you get a lower chance of reducing max durability. Don't read this. I'm already reading it, Warlord. It's too late. I'm reading the chat. So if you're doing the cheap way to repair things, you lose max durability. And if you pay for the more expensive repair kits, you have a smaller chance of not losing durability. Yeah, that's what it seems like, Zinc. It's like it's a guaranteed loss, but it's cheaper if you use the repair grindstone. Again, I'm not sure how to feel about the durability thing in general. But at the same time, like if you play a game like Rust and you get an AK and that's a big gain, and every time you repair it, you lose durability, and it's a big find. Oh wow, I got an AK, and you feel powerful because you got it, and you don't have it forever, so you want to get more, and you want to raid people to get more, and you want to kill stuff to get more. I can see the logic. I think it feels weird because Conan didn't have that system before, but I don't know if I would really like have a knee-jerk, this is terrible reaction to this just yet. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's like if you can't just get one legendary weapon and squat there forever. You have to like make sure you're getting more, give people more reasons to play and more stuff to raid for. Because when I go raiding, the only loot that I need is more dragon powder. It'll be nice to have something else to look for, right? Oh, check this out. Dead golem followers no longer yield too many blood crystals when harvested. Are they talking about the ones in the dungeon? Because that's how everybody's getting their stuff these days. Hmm. That would be worth checking out in a second. I'll see if my weapon broke. Then we'll repair it. I know. I asked Dennis directly. I was like, please wipe the server. He's like, we can't. We can't do it. We'll never do it. We can't do it. Like, please. Just the PvP servers. Just wipe them. Just delete them. Please. I beg you. It is what it is, though. They said that this will go live in June, but right now we're on the test live, just fiddling around. Yeah, the double jump over encumbered, I liked it before the attribute fix because you had to invest into it. The problem now is that everybody can have the double jump squish and it can get kind of cheesy, so, Stand while in encumbrance mode while over encumbered. Oh, hold on, let me see. Are we going to get the 10% chance? Yeah, we lost durability. Check that out. We lost 10% durability on that. Hi, Boino. But yeah, for real, just like, I saw the comments on the PvP video I did ages ago, which I actually still have in another window. Here, fucking... Yeah, there we go. Okay, I was just making sure I had it on the right setting. I haven't live streamed in a while. But like I saw comments there was like, you want to wipe the servers? The base that I worked so hard for? I don't think so, bucko. It's like, how hard is it to build a PvP base? Like if it's a PvE base that you're decorating over the course of months, then sure. But like a stacked PvP base that they build in a fucking weekend? I'm playing just this video in the background. I have the live stream up so I can watch it. Yeah, so I can check it and make sure it's not all bugged. And then I have this, so there's like some background visual noise. Yeah, you need 2 people to Goomba Stomp now. It's in the patch notes, so they fixed that. Which is a shame, because it was a nice cheese to pull out when you're outnumbered, but I understand that with the attribute rework, you kind of have to do something. Well, that's my point, Warlord. It's like, if you're afraid to lose your pixels, then you should not be on the PvP servers. Like, full stop. No argument, no nothing. Like, if you're the type of person who's going to quit the game because you lost some pixels, you're already on the wrong server type. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't want to lose your stuff, that's okay. Just play in a server that doesn't allow that. But, like, who's on an official server who's like, if I lose my base, I'm uninstalling immediately? It's like, fine, don't let the door hit you on the way out. You know what I mean? That's my humble yet objectively correct opinion on that. Hi, Maul. Thank you. We're just shitposting for now. No, it's still going, Abino. For those of you that arrived late, there will be a full video of it on the YouTube channel, so you can just watch it whenever you feel like it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Amy. Like, back in the day, you had to invest in a Goomba build. You had to have the right gear. You you never had enough vitality. You're always squishy. But with the attribute overhaul, it's so easy to also have the double jump on top of everything else. So everybody was Goomba stopping, and it just got really goofy. So you need 2 people to squish you at the same time now. So that's a big fix. Any more vids and not just Conan? Maybe. I have been doing some Space Engineers, but I've not had anything too super interesting happen yet, so I don't know if I'll upload that ever. I just haven't had time. Haven't had time to play. Yeah, I don't know, Dean. That's the thing. It's like it's always a give and take. It's like, because the trouble is, the way that it was before, it was too easy to get. Before it was nice investment, but now it's too easy and now it's gone. So I don't know. It's one of those things. But I think it is worth testing now. The stamina cost when you're over encumbered, because that's a big switch. I don't know about this. I'm still not sure how to feel about the stamina update. It's debatable. I think I could go either way. I keep looking at the perks like it matters. I'm just trying to test the encumbrance. I'm telling you, dude, my attention span is it's too short. It's too short. Somebody jingle some car keys. I gotta focus. Okay. It's like I'm over encumbered now. Yeah, you still... Oh yeah, look at that regen. I think you just lose if you're over encumbered. We're back to the old school days. If you're over encumbered, you can't fight anymore. Oh man, that's a bummer. Damn. Just look at that. 3 spears and then that's it. And then you're just dead. Oh my god. Look at that regen. Oh my, I can already see it. I'm going to be out farming and some cocksucker's going to run me over with his horse and that's it. I'm just going to have to squat there and get murdered. I can see myself getting teabagged. I can already taste the nutsack. God damn it. I mean, what is that? That's like 30 seconds of just regenning. Oh my god, look at it. And then, of course, I'm thinking, like, so many times I play this game where I do a nomadic playstyle where I've got all my loot in my pockets. I'm detecting tragedy in my future. It is a nice animation. Zaldor noticed they added little idle animations with the weapon, so that's kind of nice. You know, we get a little something something. Let me spawn some herbal tea. Somebody mentioned that in the chat. Let's try that too. That's still terrible. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the thing. And like, forget players. You couldn't kill a hyena with this. Holy smokes. I'm gonna be eaten alive by Darfari Fighter 1s, dude. Holy smokes. They gotta change that. Like, if they're gonna redo the stamina thing, then you have to at least regenerate it faster if you're... Well, the heavy armor doesn't do anything to your stamina regen. It's all about your encumbrance level. So even with the armor off, you'll see. Holy guacamole, boys. That's too much. That's unbelievable. Now let's try Yog Feast. Let's see. Like, that is noticeably faster. But that's still really, really bad. And the thing is, right, this is 0 grit. But we tested it earlier with grit, and it was still really, really rough. Like, I don't mind the stamina changes as far as combat goes, but this is pretty terrible. This is really unfortunate. Let's get some grit on there. That's still awful. Oh yeah, let me do the Yogg Feast and the Herbal Tea. Those, I don't think the stamina regen stacks between those. Just does it? Pretty sure you only get one regen buff. And hi McLovin, welcome to the chat. Yeah, that's just not enough. Yeah, that's the thing. Food used to stack back in the day. It was like Haunt and Herbal Tea. That was the Chad's choice for PvP. Yeah, I think if you're in a farm spec, you just can't be seen or else you're dead. Oh my goodness. And I'm just thinking, like, imagine farming in the Brimstone Lake, getting mauled by those rock noses. Oh my god. You're complaining about being over-encumbered and not being able to fight. Correct, that is what I'm complaining about. You fool. I don't understand these people who think that if you're farming, you need to be escorted or like a sitting duck. Even Rust lets you move around when you got stuff in your pockets. Like the fact that you need to bring like squad with you to go farming is ridiculous. When the servers only hold 40 people and the map is gigantic. It's like you have to make sure that the gameplay is as smooth and as fluid as possible. So if you make it painful and miserable to go outside and farm, it's like that's the kind of like some people out there that are like, all they do is they sit outside the sinkhole and they wait for people to warp into gank, and they're like, well, you should be susceptible to being killed. It's like, I don't think so. I disagree. I think you should be able to fight back. And if people want people to be less able to fight back, I think that says more about their opinions than anything. That's true. I mean, you're going to have to bring a thrall, a horse, the rest of it. Unbelievable. I don't know about this. Don't know about that. A lot of the other changes have been quite nice, actually. I think that's the one thing I'm not quite worried about. I'm not quite a big fan of. It should be high risk. Incorrect. False. A game with this much farming, you should just die on sight. I don't think so. Incorrect. I think you should be able to play even if you're a solo player. I don't think you should have to have escorts. I think people use the phrase high risk, high reward without actually knowing what they're talking about. You should just die if I make eye contact with you. I'm glad you're not a game designer. What a goofy opinion. I know they did say that they fixed some of the golem issues. Okay, hi Dennis. I'm over here shit posting. I was gonna say, because that was looking pretty rough at the start. Okay, so what else do we have on the docket? I think we covered pretty much everything. I think the only reason I won't build a golem is because I haven't played since before 3.0, so I don't know how, and it's going to make me look dumb. So I'm going to leave it. But they said that they're fixing it. I got a better perk. I want them to add a perk to the game that makes it so that you have to submit a pay stub that proves that you contribute to society before you're allowed to complain about balance changes. You have to prove that you touched grass at least once in the last month. I think that would cut down on a lot of the bad feedback overnight. That's what I think. All the dudes that are like, if you're in a farm build, you should just die immediately. Yeah, hold on. Let me see a pay stub, buddy. Go outside, get a handful of grass, send a time-stamped photo in. Then you're allowed to keep typing. Jesus Christ, how long have I been talking? Almost 2 hours. That's not too bad, actually. Yeah, I did hear that the golems fight each other. I haven't tested them myself. I literally have not touched the game since that one swamp playthrough. So a lot of this is new for me as well. But overall, yeah, I think we just about covered everything. Well, we didn't cover the loot stuff because that seems more like a PvE thing to me. But we covered the crafting changes. We covered the potions. They fixed the prying kit exploit, for those of you that were curious about that. We did talk about the rebalancing, the legendary items, the repairs, the stamina, the weapon adjustments, the repair adjustments. We talked about the damage buffs, which, if Dennis is still lurking, I did like those changes. I think the bosses do a little bit too little damage to players, but I love that direction. It's a lot more playable. I feel like the main character when I'm fighting a boss with these changes. I think we covered. Yeah, I think we literally covered just about pretty much everything that's interesting to me, anyhow. So I guess we're moving towards the part where we start wrapping this up. Am I taking a look at the V Rising Gloomrot update? I don't have the time to play very much, so I haven't even looked into it because I don't want to look at it and then not be able to play. I know Jumby was asking me about it the other day, and I just don't have the time. I don't want to sit there and like look at it like a child looking into a store and drooling about candy, you know? So it's like, yeah, I think we covered everything. There's a couple minor things, like very, very tiny things that, what takes up my time? I'm a working man. I'm engaged. I got a life. I go outside on purpose sometimes. I just haven't had the time to do like a raid window thing. What do I like about Sipta and why do I like it more than the Exiled Lands? Okay, this is the other one I wanted to point out. This is such a minor thing, but it's a nice quality of life thing. You can lock onto the legs now of these creatures. How many times have you been farming these big animals and you just like you're locked onto like the body and you can't hit them? You see what I mean? It's a little thing, but I thought that was worth pointing out. Yeah, overall, positive impact. I like a lot of the changes. I'm not... Dennis said that the stamina thing on the over-encumbered thing is getting fixed. I believe you. I'm sure Sorcery is super, super powerful against this. I still have to do a playthrough with Sorcery. I haven't had any time. But yeah, I think we covered everything. But as far as why I like Sipta more than Exiled Lands, let me get on the main menu here. Let's hop into Sipta and we'll walk around. This is how we'll wrap up the stream with this. Single player new game. I mean, I've got a lot of reservations about some of the changes, but I think people have a tendency to have knee-jerk reactions about certain things. And I can always count on the people on the forums and the Reddit to have the worst takes on everything. So I'm sure they're going to kvetch no matter what, but I don't hate it. I think it's something that people need to actually fiddle with first. I could see PvP being annoying with the regen, but at the same time, like, it's not awful either. It's people have to cook. People have to let it cook for a bit, you know. It's something that they'll have to keep a. I'm sorry for making fun of you, Cause. Hi, Zealous Eyes. Good to see you. Good to see your channel blowing up lately, huh? I've seen a lot of views on your videos. I think the secret is uploading more than twice a year. I got to figure out how to do that. I have to figure out how to upload more than once every decade. Let's go with the standard Chronicle look here. I'm teaching you how to make your own Kronk. You can copy my sliders. Boom, boom, boom. Always big. People that min-max by going tiny, don't even at me. Ain't nobody got the time. Bingus will be the name. I don't hate the durability change, honestly. It's because I understand the logic, because I've seen it work in games like Rust. It feels different because it's Conan and we're not used to it, but I don't hate that right off the bat. That's not the right button. Cloak God, 3 times speed. Okay. So as we wrap up this stream, I'll talk about SIPT a little bit, okay? We're gonna do it like backwards, okay? Because people have complaints about SIPTA. Complaints that I find so goofy. Okay? Complaints that I find so ridiculous. People tell me there's not enough biomes in SIPTA. Not enough biomes, they say. And then I think of the Exile lands where there's like, okay, you have the desert, the snow, the volcano, and the jungle. You got 4. I don't like the new lighting on this map, I'll say that. But you've got... Let me set my graphics up so it doesn't look so awful. It automatically set it to low. Let me... Foliage is gonna have to go down or else I'll have 2 FPS. Let's set our view distance down a bit. Yeah, the walk cycle when you're sprinting up a hill, dude, I'm telling you, you look devious. You look devious when you do that. Okay, let's see. Can my PC handle it? Can I stream at this quality? See what you just look like a little loot goblin when you're sprinting up a hill, dude. I'm telling you. They just put me in the game. That's what that is. Just me hunching over. But like, to get to my point again, my 3-second attention span. You have this very distinct feeling, orangey. Not orangey, but you know, it's like, what's the word for, like, almost autumn-like biome. Okay. Trying to remember where this is. I think it's over here. Not tundra. I'm thinking like because like I live in the Northeast United States, and in the fall it feels very similar to that. What am I looking for? God damn, it's like one. There's like a little cavern over here that's got little trees. I don't remember where it is. But like there's like 18 different biomes in this game, like areas in this map that are distinctly visually different from each other. So when people are like, "Oh, SIPTA's only got 2," it's like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you hop over to this island, it's so distinctly different from that island, and it's so distinctly different from the forest in the northeast, and the center looks so different. It's like, what are you talking about? You know what it is? Oh yeah, there's the frame rate drop. If we start getting pixelated, this is where it's gonna be. This is where it is. But look at how distinctly different this feels. That plus, in fact, my favorite areas are some of these little like temples in the corner. Like this, it feels like a completely different game in every other part of this map. So when people are like, it doesn't have enough biomes, I'm like, are you blind? Are you dumb? Gotta slap some sense into you? What are you talking about? It's a gorgeous map. It's a very well-crafted map visually, for starters. And not only do you have the variance in the biomes, okay. Not only do you have the variance in the biomes, like, quick pause, put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. Let me get my stupid ass in here real quick. My devious goblin run. Yeah, my computer's not the strongest either, so there's gonna be some issues. But then you look at how distinctly, hitting the wrong hotkeys, distinctly different these vaults look. I disagree, Troy. I just disagree. Because, like, think of how much of the original map is just desert. And, like, you got the entire frozen north, but it all looks the same. Whereas every vault is different. Every area is different. They've got different aesthetics. Like, there's this vault, and then there's, like, to show you the difference. Yeah, see, Greg knows what I'm talking about. People sleep on, you know what it is? Because SIPTA got a lot of hate in the beginning because people thought it was a PvP map. But it offers so much in terms of variance. It's a gigantic map, so you can hide all over the place. And then let me see, where's this one? So like, look at this. You know, you got the purple, you got the bats. that. There's blood everywhere. It's very, very gothic. Run over here and here. I don't have this installed on my solid state, so it's gonna take a minute to load. I'm telling you, dude, I have such nostalgia for Sipta almost, because Jumbie and I had an awesome playthrough on Sipta where we got some Chinese hackers wiped. I do have some ideas for building with a new sorcery meta, honestly. I don't think pillar bases are as dead as people think, but I'm still cooking the ideas. And like, you look at this map, like this dungeon is so incredibly different in terms of its atmosphere. It's well crafted, it's got good ambient sound effects. I'm telling you, it's like, who's looking at this map and saying it's too bland? Like, huh? Huh? Oh, this is gonna be a frame rate drop here. I can't believe I just fucking teleported in the middle like a fool. Like a fool! Pardon my load times. Oh yeah, look at these frame rate drops, but just look at this island. Just look at it. Who's looking at this and thinking, yeah, no, this looks the same as everywhere else? I will shit into my hand and throw it at the wall if somebody says that to me in person. I would not even be able to stomach it. Such slanderous lies. It's a beautiful map. Just look at it, boys. But then, like, beyond the visuals, okay, let's get somewhere a little less laggy. Beyond the visuals, in Conan Exile, in the Exiled Lands, what are your grind paths to get to the end game? Like, I guess you could farm, maybe you could kill gorillas, you could go to the Kurak dungeon. You've got, like, 1 or 2 viable options for, like, peak efficiency. Whereas here, you've got the summoning pools, you've got the center of the map, you've got the vaults. You can summon surges. There's like 18 different options for stuff you can do in the endgame. People are like, there's no endgame for Sipta. Like, Sipta's the only map with an endgame. Like, what are you talking about? I'm telling you, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. It's true, there's no players on Sipta. That's the big downside, you know? It's like, that's your biggest problem. But I think people really sleep on this map. It's like, even if you're like if you're a role player or a PvE guy, you've got more dungeons, you've got more variants and biomes to build, more stuff to build. You've got different dungeons, more recipes, more bosses. It's like, where's the problem? The only big downside for Sipta is you've got that fucking harpy spear, the one that cripples you on hit. Like, fuck that spear. But besides that, there's almost no reason to not be playing on Sipta. There's so many different options. People can't take an obelisk and just warp to your base. Well, trebuchets may be receiving some changes in the future. I wouldn't say that they're going to be horrible forever. I don't know what I should say, but I've been talking with people. There's potential changes coming for those. So I just look at this map. Tell me that's not gorgeous, dude. Like, when you're running around the featureless frozen north, or like the bland, empty desert in Exiled Lands, and people are like, yeah, no, Sipta's got nothing going for it visually. It's like, you fool. You bumbling fool. It's funny you say ballista, by the way, but, you know, we'll wait and see what happens in the future. But the trees in Sipta suck, my man. My man. You're not wrong. Some of them do look really goofy. I can't even lie. Some of them do look a little goofy. It's true, the traveling was always a problem, but you have teleporters now, so it's not nearly as much of a problem as it used to be. It's good. It's a good-ass map. I mean, the summoning pools by themselves. I mean, let me set my graphics down, or else my computer will explode when I get down there. But, like, God, what are those called? Figurines? There we go. Let's just do one of these. I'm gonna run down here. And then you think, too, like, you've got the gray ones for weapons. And even if you're just like a lore guy, like, the gray ones are directly pulled from the novels. Of course, they were called black ones in the novel. I think it's probably a little more politically correct to make them gray ones. Probably a safer choice. But But like you've got all kinds of weapons, all kinds of bosses. You got the surges too. Like you can go to the center of the map and fight bosses and get attacked by aliens and shit. You grab these figurines, and this is just like a mini, like it'll summon little tiny little fuckers. And look, you kill one. You've got demon blood, you've got resources, fragments of power. A token of friendship? Does Exiled Lands give you friendship? I don't think so. I don't think so. I simply disagree. The new update, I think they are planning on June, if I'm not mistaken. It's on Test Live now. People should hop on. Hi, Josh. Welcome to the stream. Did I consume it? I thought it was supposed to summon a JoJo follower. What did I do? Oh no, I put it in my inventory. There we go. Bam. Does Exiled Land gives you friends? I didn't think so. Did not think so. That's true. The savannah is a nice biome. It's a very, very gorgeous biome. But I'm telling you, I think people really sleep on the Sipta map. There's so much here though. That's true. I mean, getting all your sigils can be a pain. I never liked the sigil mechanic myself, but besides that, I'd say that's a valid complaint. The travel time can be a pain, but the travel time can also be good because it's like, if you're trying to stay hidden as a solo player, and people have to physically run to your base to find it, they can't just warp to an obelisk and then be at your base in 20 seconds. There's all kinds of benefits to that. You know what I'm saying? And again, there's just so much on this map. I can't believe people tell me there's not enough biomes in this map. I mean, granted, right, like this whole section looks very similar, and this section looks pretty similar, but you know, the original map has the same problem, you know? Yeah, that's the trouble too, is building a base that doesn't get you banned. I mean, part of it's also the player base will run to Zendesk if they think you're going to be a problem. Like, people would always go onto my channel and be like, "But you just don't want to get a clan together because you're a pussy." And then I get on a PvP server, and the minute a clan shows up, everybody's banning them because they don't want to fight them. It's like, makes you think, doesn't it? Really gets the noggin jogging. I don't know what the new mount is. People have guessed that it might be a wolf based on some screenshots. I'm not really hip on all the details. This is the spot I like to just come and chill. I have to set my graphics up for this or else it's gonna look terrible. But there's so much cool stuff on Sipta. I don't understand why nobody plays on it. I mean, I guess I understand that the Spear of the Harpy by itself almost makes it like unbelievable. I think the only reason I've never been banned is because I don't tend to build bases. I've been kept safe. I'm just telling you, dudes. I don't understand. If they could, like, delete the Spear of the Harpy, I think I'd just squat on Sipta all day. That's true. That's the issue. That's what holds Sipta back, is a lot of the dungeon recipes are too fucking powerful. You can one-tap people. You got the void daggers that stack double poison. You got the cats. The sigils themselves are really grindy to farm up when you're just playing solo, too. It's like, god damn. But it's a cool map. So, you know, for people asking why I like Sipta more than Exiled Lands, part of it's also just that, you know, I've been on Exiled Lands for like 5 years at this point. I think I'm tired of the usual hidey holes, the usual spots. But I guess we covered everything we wanted to talk about with the patch a while back. For those of you that joined late, the video will be on the channel, so you can check it whenever, and you can get the entirety of it if you missed stuff in the beginning. I figure I'll stick around. If anybody has any questions, I can answer some questions, and then I'll pull the plug and we'll get on with our lives. We'll go our separate ways. I'll go back out to get some milk and then come back in 12 months. As is custom. Where do babies come from? When a mommy Kronk and a daddy Kronk love each other very much, they go out for milk. Merch when? You know, I've thought about doing merch, dude, but I don't even know what I would sell. I'm not even sure what I would sell at all. Will I make more vids if the Spear of the Harpy gets fixed? I just got to get more time. It's all time. Like, even though I'm so salty about Conan in general, like, I would still play, if only for the fans, if I had the time. So it's if my schedule opens up. And will I run another private server? Maybe. Maybe in the future. You know what I was thinking? In fact, let me pitch this idea to you guys. I had 2 ideas for fun private servers. Because, like, a regular private, like, just a regular server, it's just bland. It's going to be the same shit. The usual suspects are going to show up and cause problems. But what about this? What if we did a private server, okay? And the gimmick, it's going to be a gimmick server. You're not allowed to leave Noob River. And the highest level of technology you can use is, like, steel. And everybody has to build their base on Noob River. We call it the Krug Bowl. Everybody's, like, permanently prim-locked. And the rules say you have to kill somebody if you see them. Just non-stop, like, and you can't use bombs, you have to use trebuchets. So everybody's just lobbing rocks at each other all the time. I'm telling you, I think it would be fun. Just like everybody fucking around. Like, there's no loot to lose, so you don't have to stress. Like, if you get wiped, it's like, okay, it's a sandstone base, right? So you just join the server, fuck around, run around in your underwear, killing people with sticks. Just throw rocks at each other. Tell me that wouldn't be a fun idea, huh? And yeah, I do have a video. I have 2 videos that I'm working on for the Ugly Fish channel. I just haven't had time to really bang them out. I got a review for Hypnospace Outlaw, and then I might do a horror game review if I have time. Yeah, it would be fun. That's what I'm talking about. I probably wouldn't allow legendary weapons. I think that would be too big. I want everybody just like running around. I'd have to like use a mod to keep everybody limited to like level 20 so you can't have too much vitality. Yeah, it's like because if you've played on a private server, that first day is so much fun of like running to claim your spot and fighting everybody else when they're naked. It's when people hit the end game when it starts to get really sweaty. So like that server would just be completely nothing but early game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the early game fun, but the whole time it'd be fucking banger. Not Outlast Trials. It's oh my god, it's what I forgot. Tormented Souls. It's supposed to be like a Resident Evil Silent Hill clone, but in the modern day. It's actually really good. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Where am I from? The swamps. That's not even a joke either. Where I live has a lot of swamps. We have one of the largest Sasquatch hunting communities up here. People go squatch hunting in the swamps. I'm not even in the south. It's just like this weird regional thing that we have up here. Root beer and squatch hunting. That's the way to live, boys. No, I'm on the other... further north than that. Do you still think official servers need a wipe? 100%. The PvP servers? 100%. Always. I'll have to like alt-tab and check the chat. I feel like I missed a couple questions. Let me make sure that my stream is on the right window. We're learning. Learning how to stream. It has literally been how many years since we last did a stream? This one's been going well, though. People are tuning in. We're shitposting. We're living it up. When will I have free time to play? I have no idea. I'm in between situations at the moment. If I knew I could plan something, believe me, Jumby's been in my DMs on and off for the last several months. Like, you want to play Conan? You want to play V Rising? Kronk, I want to do survival games. If I had the time, I would, man. I don't have the time. I'm sorry. That's why we're doing this little live stream. It's a little consolation prize. Do I watch Zealous? Yeah, I comment on his video. I'm subscribed to his channel. If you check out the early part of the stream, you can see some of my subscribed channels. Oh, I've thought about that too, Soul Slinger. Like having a server where like one... Oh yeah, fucking... God, I'm so brain dead. The other idea that I was going to have for a server is like, think about this. Because like I had this idea where like maybe one team just builds a base and the other team raids it. But what if you like have a server that's 70 pop, okay, and people just get randomly put into one of two clans. So you have like one 35-man clan versus another 35-man clan. Huh? Wouldn't that be kind of nice? Like a big, large-scale war. The server split cleanly in half in terms of the player base. But that would be pretty fucking dope, wouldn't it? Because then it's not like one 10-man group ruling the server. It's two gigantic clans going at it for territory and whatnot, right? And then we'd have to like figure out some kind of win condition. It would be banger. I'm telling you, a 50-50 server would be banger. Because like what I want to get away from is like the standard nonsense you get on officials or even private servers. Because I don't think private servers really deal with enough of the issues. You know what'd be even fun too? Imagine the Krug Bowl server, but that one's also split halvesies. 35 Stone Age cavemen fighting 35 Stone Age cavemen. Just non-stop slaughterhouse on Noob River. Yeah, exactly. And then we could do like we could pick up like choose one part of the map to build a big fat fort every so often, and people can go fight over it. We'll have both two clans fight over the loot that's inside. I think it would be neat. Yeah, that's true. All the land would be claimed immediately, but it's one of those things where I hope that maybe we'll allow explosives just to keep the sandstone spam down to a minimum, but we'll see. The only issue is I'm broke as hell at the moment, and I wouldn't have time to moderate it. But in the distant future, when I've got free time, I mean, I would be down for trying something like that. I think those would both be awesome ideas. Do you think Last Stand and the Pyramid Rush, as soon as you pop someone's Last Stand, is killing PvP? I honestly can't comment. I haven't PvP'd in this game in a long, long time. I haven't played since before 3.0, so I don't have any experience with the attribute system right now. Is there a way to force clan size to 1? You mean like on the official servers, or like what? Like if I launch one? Yeah, I've heard a lot of complaints about the attribute system. I just can't comment because I don't have any experience with it. I haven't played. I can tell you that Last Stand, like on paper, seems kind of annoying. Or whatever it's called. Yeah, there it is. But again, I can't really say anything about it as far as like whether or not it's good or bad. Yeah, you can change the clan size in the server settings. For whoever was asking earlier. Well, the trouble with solo servers is that if you have a large enough base with thralls, I mean, raiding it by yourself is kind of really difficult. Like, there is a limit to how much you can raid by yourself, right? So it's like... Even as a solo player, I would never play on a solo server because I don't know what you would do there. I don't think the system quite facilitates that. 24-hour raid, I mean, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. You'd have to fiddle with the settings to make that work. Plus, Conan's PvP community is just so fucking tiny. It's like, how do you fill a server up like that? You know? It's like, how do you do that? How would you even? When I launched my server, of course, back in the day, I only had 1,000 subscribers, but when I launched my server, I had a hell of a time filling it up. Like, when I was looking at, you know, there was a bunch of people on that server I wanted to ban because they were just, you know, problem characters. And then I'm thinking, like, if I ban all these guys, I'll have 5 people on the server. It's like, how do you, you know? Even the big PvP servers, they've been around for years, so they've been able to build up their clientele. There's just a lot to consider, you know. There's always something to consider. But, you know, if I were to launch a server, those would be my 2 ideas. I think those would be fun. Provided nobody steals them from me. Oh, this is still here. This is an old school Kronk cave. That would probably work now. Back in the day, I wasn't nearly famous enough back in the day, so I couldn't I couldn't just fill a server by putting my name on it. Hey, it still works. Let's go. This cave's got 2 false walls, so you can kind of like squeeze the bigger benches in. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't know what I'm doing over here. Yeah, well, that was the issue, though. Is like there were a lot of good people on that server, but ultimately the problem was that what made me pull the plug was it was crashing so often. One of the crashes is forced a rollback, and it's like people can deal with crashes on a PvP server. Everybody was being really good sports about it too. They would wait for everybody to pick up their stuff. Nobody was killing each other while they were loading in. But rollbacks are another thing, because it's like if you're deleting people's progress like that, it's like it's just one of the like it couldn't have worked, so I had to pull the plug. Plus, like my channel was teeny tiny. I was live streaming every time I played on the server, and I was paying over $200 a month for the server tech, and still having all the crashes. So like $200 a month plus you know like 70 hours a week of adminning and recording and playing. I'm like, I don't know if this makes sense for me. I don't even remember. I'd have to check my emails. But yeah, this spot's cheeky as hell. I'm ruining this spot for everybody that relies on it. Yeah, that's the thing. On official servers, it's about exploiting bugs, dude. It's unbelievable. That's why I don't play, because, you know, if you have to cheat to play, it's like, what the fuck? Well, why even bother? That's what annoys me about so many PvP channels on YouTube, is each one of them is out there spreading exploits around, but I'll resist the urge to start bitching and moaning about that. Did we have any more questions while we hang out with Kronk? I haven't come back with the milk, but I can shoot the shit with you guys for a bit. This is like the phone call that I give you guys from prison. And then you don't hear from me for another several months. Yeah, well, when 3.0 came out, the reason I didn't play is because I knew there would be a dupe or two. There were like 3 bomb dupes when that one came out. And of course, every PvPer was using it. The same ones who complain about Chinese hackers, the minute there's an exploit, they're immediately using it. It's like, come on. Unbelievable. Have you considered doing a collab with Old Craig? People ask that a lot, and I like his channel. I'm subscribed to his channel. I've watched all of his videos since like years ago. The only reason I don't do collab videos, it's not because I don't like anybody in the community specifically. It's I find it easier to control the content when I'm on my own schedule. And it can be tough to get things to work together for that. You know what I'm saying? Like get into 2 schedules to match up. Making things happen. Plus, he tends to play on private servers, and I talked a little bit earlier about why I don't like private servers. I'm not a huge fan of the clientele there. I'll check it out, Darkshine. Glad you stopped by. I did bring back the Discord against my better judgment. It is back, although I did sequester all the Conan talk into its own channel so I don't get harassed with it. I have limits. I nuked the old Discord because all anybody wanted to talk about was Conan. I was like, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. And I deleted it. Yeah, it's in the video description, I think. You know what I did too? For those of you that weren't there for that, this was so fucking funny. What I did was like, I'd had enough of like just constant Conan talk. People just arguing all day about Conan. People who don't even play. And I was like, what I did was I made it so that if you mentioned Conan, you automatically got shadow banned and stuck in a special channel called the Pit. You would get thrown into the Pit and you couldn't talk in any other channels. And you couldn't even leave. Thank you, Mir. Hopefully nobody's giving you too much trouble. I know some people point out when they see you on servers, they'll message me. Like, I hope nobody's following you around and harassing you over that. You know, I really thought about, like, because, like, putting that one screenshot in the thumbnail is, like, such a good grab for views. And sometimes I go back and I'll blur it out because I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't want it to, like, follow you around, you know? People are cocksuckers. Hopefully it doesn't cause you too many problems. But yeah, the Pit was so fucking funny. It was like 12 straight hours of nonstop shit posting. And what I did is if you weren't in the pit, I would give you a role that would let you throw peanuts at people in the pit. You could throw peanuts at their comments. And so they would just sit there and be like, why? What have I done? Kronk has forsaken me. While everybody throws peanuts at them. I had like 10 people confirm that they unsubscribed because they were thrown into the pit and had peanuts thrown at them. It's like, it was so good. And then when I had my fun, I pulled the plug. It's like I don't want to deal with it all the time. Good to see you, Ink Thief. Maybe Zinc. Maybe I'll bring the peanuts back. But like I said, I think we covered everything. We did a little chat. We did a run around Sitha. We talked about the live stream. We talked about my thoughts. I think we're basically done, boys. We covered everything. I bitched about Taco Bell for 30 minutes in the beginning of the stream. So a real variety stream here. How did I learn my cinematography skills? It's all practice, honestly. There's nothing that I do that other people can't do. I use all free software. Like for those of you in the chat that want to do your own stuff. Like, I use HitFilm Express. It's a free video editor, and it sucks, but it gets the job done. I do my audio editing with Audacity, also free software. I record with OBS, also free software. My image editing is done in GIMP, also free software. Nothing stopping anybody from joining in on the content creation scheme. It's just practice. Next stream when? I would like to do more streams because I do like shit. Shitposting is like the one skill I have in life. So like talking nonstop for hours at a time, it's my one skill. So I might try to get more of these on there. My opinion on Goomba killing. Before the attribute update, I thought it was okay because I think it's okay for people to bring out some cheese when they're outnumbered. I don't have a problem with people getting squished originally. After the attribute update, it's too easy to get the Goomba build going. So the nerf was needed. I don't know if you were here earlier, Abdul, but they did fix it. You need 2 people to squish somebody now, so the Goomba build it's dead in the water. So people won't have to worry about that in the future. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. It was a good stream. I'm glad everything went off without a hitch. Yeah, they fixed it, so you don't have to worry about Goomba pretty soon. Yep, it's all fixed. Thank you, everybody. I don't have an end screen, so this is just going to end abruptly. I think we covered everything. And for people asking about V-Rising, I just need time. I don't... my schedule's not open enough for any raid window games at the moment. So we'll see. Possibly in the future. I want to play more V-Rising. I just don't have a good schedule. But thank you, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. For those of you that want to know how I stay looking so good looking, I drink lots of water and I throw bricks at pedestrians. It's all on the wrist. Just gotta practice. That's not real legal advice. My lawyer told me to tell you that was a joke. Alright, let's pull the plug on this. I'll see you dudes around. The Discord is in the description.